Hello everyone, this is Peter Palmiotti, and this is the Carnage from start to finish video. So, before us, we have some small little sketches. I did thumbnail sketches as they call them. Just different variations. I was wondering what I could possibly do, and hey, it's already penciled. Um, Fortunately or unfortunately, I inked my signature first, and it said February, and I didn't finish it until uh, just the other day, or yeah, something, and much later. All right, so let's see what helpful hints and tricks I can gab about along the way. Since this video is about 20 minutes, let's see if I can fill that space by talking about nothing. Um, so yeah, I find it helpful to ink a piece if it's penciled. That's always helpful. I mentioned before I'm not a super tight penciler. This is just sort of it's kind of finished, but it's kind of just a breakdown. Um, Sorry if my chair is making noises. Um, yeah, I don't like to go super tight when it involves a lot of not special effects, but just hatching and possibly some other things. And if you, okay, I'm talking slow, but if you follow along later in the video, um, quite possibly you'll notice that I ink a lot of the blacks first. I find that helpful. Although I'm wondering now, did I actually do that? But this is just me beginning my journey of mapping out the outlines. I don't have a clear, concise vision of the finished piece, especially at this point along the game. But, just based on uh, a long history of inking, I just sort of feel my way around as to what looks good, what doesn't. And I guess I should mention that Carnage, it's a character I really don't know well. I know he's distinctively different looking than Venom, although my Carnage isn't that different looking than Venom. Which, take it for what you will. It's my interpretation, so live with it. uh, in the end, I really like the way it came out. So if you already saw the piece I posted, then you know what the finished piece looks like. Uh, but at this point, I like the framework I set up, and I got to a point much later in the video is where I stopped and created the first video for YouTube. Um, it was kind of like I really liked what I did, but I didn't have a clear idea of how to finish it, and played a small part in me getting back to it. But I did get back to it and did finish it. Um, but unless I'm working over somebody else's pencils, I like to leave space. Some call it for happy accidents. Me, it's just playing with line work and seeing what takes shape. I have a lot of fun doing that, just getting lost in the piece. So, what you can see here is me just continuing to do that. I'm giving, it's a little heavy-handed, but I am giving some extra weight and some subtle variation. Um, since I knew, the character, I don't have a picture in front of me, but the character's all red with black. But I knew I would do some more fancier line work than just stock black and red, which in this case is black and white. Since I do my commissions black and white. um, and yeah, just chopping up those teeth and gave him a nice forked tongue. And since he doesn't mutate, but he seems to be fluid. Um, so he has all these tendrils coming off of him and pieces falling off, little bubble pieces of him. I imagine it's quite a chore to pick up after him. So yeah, I start experimenting with some feathering, some funky lines. Um, and yeah, look, my signature is way too big. This is probably the last huge signature I'll do. I apologize to anyone who hates that sort of thing. It's it's like my official signature is such a uniform kind of look to it that it's hard to do really tiny. So I tend to go overly big with it. So again, I apologize. So I threw in this random area of black, and in the end, in the finished piece, it looks like a shadow of the signature box kind of thing, since it's a circle shaped signature box. Signature circle. There you go. So yeah, I really have fun. Just laying down the lines and seeing what kind of shapes take form along the way. So he has these big white eyes, like pretty much like Spider-Man, except they're his natural formed eyes. So I knew I wanted to really accent them. So I'm just giving those an outline and doing little black balls within it. Um, if you notice, it's a little in the glare, but I actually have his hand coming out of the frame. Just wanted to do something slightly different. This is actually a third piece in the collection. that I was commissioned. The first one was Spider-Man, which it did as a double. It was sort of like it was Peter Parker and Spider-Man, because just to have a Spider-Man head, I thought would be a little plain, so I threw Peter Parker's face in there. Then the guy James also asked me to do Venom, and I did Venom, um, which is, I believe that was the one I had Splash, fantastic colorist, color up, and it had the Spider-Man uh, symbol, except it's the Venom version right behind his head, and I never saw that before. Um, and it had such a great graphic essence to it. Um, so yeah, and I knew I wanted to do something with Carnage that was slightly different. So I sort of have him looking off into the right and have his right. I mean, he's looking off into the left. Okay. He's looking off into the left and he's grabbing the wall with his left hand. Uh, it doesn't allow me to show his like his claws or whatever they are, because those are actually off the page. But I got a good part of his hand in there. Um, and yeah, so for those one or two people that mentioned it, um, I have a problem keeping the picture in camera. But even when it's in camera, it's like my hand sometimes blocks uh, the camera. So you don't always see every stroke I'm laying down. But you get the general gist. I gotta get a better setup one day, but I hope you enjoy watching these. And if you do, uh, please comment anything. Say hi. Say hello. Say, man, it's cold out here. Or, in your town or country or whatever. Heck, just comment what country you're hailing from. There are stats in YouTube that tell me that sort of stuff, but it would be fun to hear from the individuals that are watching this. Um, and I mentioned before, I want to do a lot more, um, you know, drawing videos, and don't always know what to say. I mean, it's pretty self-evident. Um, Sometimes I strike gold and say something smart, but okay. So here you could see like these funky lines, and I think this is where the second video started. Okay, so I really like around his mouth the sort of abstract little triangular white boxes in a sense. All that funky stuff that's like influenced by a lot of people, but if I mention like 90s image kind of stuff, um, that had a lot of that going on. So yeah, so this is the second video. This is like months later that I went back and started inking this again. Um, so I was sort of just feeling my way around. Like I said, it's sort of mapped out. uh, but I left a lot to interpretation. So I start doing the tendrils there and giving a little weight here and there, make them bounce a little. And I'm definitely, for video's sake, I wish I wasn't the type of inker I am, but I can't ink without moving the page. Uh, so if ever I get like a $10,000 video set up where I can ink a page and turn it, and the camera will turn too, so it look like it's staying still, then I'll do that. But until then, I hope you don't get vertigo or something by watching my videos. So yeah, to get back to my other point, comment please. I need more comments. I need more likes. I need as many shares as I possibly can get. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. It's happening slow, and I'm grateful for all of you, uh, uh, you know, who do so far. But make sure you do it on every video. Need all the press I can get. Yeah. Sit here, I start inking the hand. And once again, it's like, I'm sort of just doing what comes natural to a certain degree. I have a vague idea of what I want to do. Start finishing up his eyeball over there. I know like a big part of that area would be black, and if I outline all this, how does that work? But I gotta say, like, once again, I was impressed when it was done. I don't know. It's just, you don't know how something will come together until it's done. And however tight a penciler I get to be, um, I think there will always be a small amount of looseness to it, that will allow me to find, you know, better solutions um, along the way. And there I go, finishing up the other row of teeth. And it's looking pretty good so far. At one point that's probably coming up, I decide that it doesn't have enough, and I probably initially planned for this anyway, but I go in with a pencil. I stop inking for a short period of time and go with a pencil and say, okay, let me play the weights in the right areas, and how do things connect or don't connect, or you know but right now I'm just filling in some blacks. I wanted to keep the sort of tendrils not black. You'll see later that I fill in with line work rather than black, keeping them white or making them black, because I wanted to keep the outlines I made. But yeah, it is that little sort of Y shape above his right eye. Um, that's sort of just a form that describes his forehead a little bit more. I felt. Um, Now really start playing with the hand and trying to figure out. Okay, wait, is light coming from somewhere, and I'm throwing down some shadows, and that hopefully works throughout the whole picture. I'm not the master of shadows. I have a tendency to go style over, what's correct. Um, I guess looking at too many artists that did that sort of same thing. But I'm okay with that. Maybe I start penciling later. I know I throw some lines down here. Hmm. No, I know it's coming up. Maybe it's close to the end. Because at some point I sit back and I like look at it and I'm like, this is okay, but it's still far from where it.
Okay, I just realized that this is where my second video started. So, yeah, I already I penciled in some light pencils, which you can barely make out somewhat. Uh, just guidelines for me to. I wanted to flesh out the piece more. Having did a good chunk of it already, so I went with pencil and did a little line work. Mostly figured out some more black areas, and so I'm going in and filling in some black right now. Do a little more fancy footwork, a little more line work. That's all black over there, blah blah blah. Perfect. So yeah, it's always like throw down some lines, flesh it out, give it a look, flesh it out some more, give it a look. I'm always looking at it, seeing new things, new possibilities. Um, so at this point, we're about halfway through. It's a much longer video than I thought previously, but that's okay. I'm sure you enjoy listening to my voice, don't you? Don't you? Just so you do. Alright. I mean, sometimes I might be checking reference. Those pauses you see me do every now and then. Or maybe I'm just answering the phone. We'll never know. Okay, so for some reason the picture went totally Renaissance on me. Renaissance is a good animated flick if you haven't seen. Uh, but it clears up in another 5 minutes. I'm just filling in black here anyway. Look at that. That's the ultra extreme Carnage. And just about a minute left. Then it'll clear up. No? Oh well, I guess it just keeps going. That's bizarre. That's so bizarre. I guess I should mention that, I want to get a lot more commissions done and videos up. I got a long list, and it's time I start knocking them out. Uh, it's Tuesday, close to, what is it right now? Well, as I tape this, is Tuesday night, 11 o'clock. I hope to have this up tonight, but by the time you export and saves, then you upload, and um, it will be sometimes Wednesday, very early morning. Uh, if I don't just decide to upload it tomorrow morning. But anyway, that gives me Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to. I want to at least do 2 commissions before Saturday. Saturday's Derby City Comic Convention, which I mentioned before, I believe. So, originally I threw down some basics with the hand, uh, but as I whittled away, I threw in a lot more texture to it. I did like the way it came out. Oh, one of the things I wanted to mention was, since I'm working black and white art, uh, might as well just film in black and white. And if you have any negative thoughts to that, let me know. But I think it works much better. There's you know, no other colors showing up, and the main focus is the art. Um, so there you go. So yeah, just tweaking, tweaking, tweaking. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So I'm contemplating. Yeah, even though I got a long list of commissions, I want to open up a bunch of them soon. Like take on another 10 or so. Um, I'll have a lot more time, next week to really dig into the commissions I got. I got one huge piece. I might do extra large. Uh, it's 2 characters battling each other. So we'll see. We'll see. It might be a dynamite piece, so I might might decide to do it a little bigger. Um. So yeah, I mentioned my signature. My signature has its own shadow, and I threw in some feathering on the shadow. Um, I'm not going to do my signature that big again. It looks nice. I like it. What else we got going on? Oh, while looking at reference, basically he has these black lines, and sometimes they have purpose, and sometimes they're just cross sectioning each other, and I sort of wanted them to take more of the form of his body. Um, I wanted to give it a little bit of a stock impression on him. So, like, there's the very black area of him and the very sort of white area of him. And, only a little bit of gray here and there. Um, I thought it would be more dramatic that way. So rather than just throwing all these black lines randomly across his body, uh, didn't want to lose any of the details. So that's partially why I did that. So now I start sort of playing around with painting in the tendrils. Those I didn't mind being gray because I wanted to make sort of there the black goop that's coming off of him. So we should be about another 10 minutes or so. Well, you know better than I. I forget if I can go. Yeah, I can't jump ahead and see what time I am at. Anyway, I think it's about 10 minutes left. Um, yeah, I know my mind's everywhere, and yeah, I do want to take on a batch more of commissions. Um, because, in part, it's like I get to draw more, I get to draw characters I wouldn't normally draw. I got some OC characters, original characters from people I gotta get to. Um, and even though I'm sort of like, for the most part, constricting it to like head and shoulder kind of things, um, it's just good to be in the habit of doing finished work. Um, I will be getting to a webcomic soon, but the level of finish on that remains to be seen. It will probably be sketchy, and that serves a whole different purpose. But you know, more than anything else, it's because I want to, on a regular basis, I want to be able to tell a story. So the art takes second place on that. But this allows me, commission work. I love doing pieces for fans, and definitely each one improves my skills. Learn little bits of new things, and for way too long I've been sitting on a whole list of ones I gotta get to. So I gotta, my mission in life now, if you didn't know, is to get really organized about what I do and how I'm doing it. So this is a major commissions is a major wing of what I got, and I love doing them. It's just I'm reactionary. I react to current stimuli, and I'm trying to learn not to do that. You know, I got to set up my plan and stick with it. And you know, it's a challenge for all of us artists, I'm sure. So okay, I believe the piece itself is done, and this is just now the background. I know I took a minute or two and looked at it and tried to. Uh, I'm sure. Okay, my chair is making noises again, and I apologize. I'm trying to get comfortable. Um, I was trying to figure out a backdrop to it, and I could have put a city behind there. I could have put like a night sky. Um, a brick wall. uh, Bunch of stuff, but some quirky, just random pattern. Speed lines? No, that wouldn't work. I decided to go with it like a sort of angry, cloudy sky effect. Um, and yeah, just as I'm doing this, um, I just heard back from the guy I'm doing this commission for, James, and he says, "Awesome work, Pete. Love it." So you can go to my DeviantArt and see that comment. uh, I just took a on my DeviantArt. I just posted a photograph of the piece, but I gotta go. Unfortunately, I got an 8.5 by 11 scanner, and even though the art is 8 by 10, there is the border, so it's bigger than that. So it's bigger than my scanner, not by much, but I can't, you know, fit it onto the glass flatly. So I have to go to the copy center, make a small copy, and then scan that. Uh, Whatever you do, folks, don't get a scan at a copy center because they charge you like $4 and change to scan one piece or some ridiculous number. It's not worth it. One day I'll get an 11 by 17 scanner and do everything right. Gosh darn it! When I'm rich, I'm sure you want to buy 20 commissions for me. Just message me. Email me, message me on Facebook or DeviantArt or G Plus. I'll be glad to help you out. But yeah, I was just having a lot of fun, and I was really lucky. Doing wash, it's not always so easy. Um, you know, if you mess up, then it's a lot harder to fix. And you usually fix it by just putting black over it, but I didn't, I just wanted it all to be gray. Different shades of gray, but just gray. So his black and his white would really pop. And that was the genesis of that thought processes. Once again, I'll mention, if you're not already, subscribe to my channel. Comment below. Comment anything. Comment hello. Comment what comics you read. What's the latest movie you've seen. Really, just you don't have to comment specifically to the video. I just love to hear from everyone about anything you want to talk about. Um, and I read all of my comments, and so far, it's I don't get a ton, so I could comment back to each and every one of them. And also you know, if a random person happens upon my page, uh, they they check the likes, and the more likes I can get happening, the more that the random person stopping by will say, "Hey, this person may not have a ton of views, but look at all those likes. You know, these videos might be worth something. Let me check one or two out." So please like, and ultimately, if everyone could share, I can get more subscribers. So please share on your Twitter, on your Facebook, on your Tumblr. Um, Share and let people know. I do plan on doing a lot more videos, art videos. Not like this one. This one I did the silent videos, two of those, and then this one is the narrated one. I hope to do it all in one. Um, we'll see. We'll see how good that comes out. But that's the final piece, top to bottom. Really happy with it.